Serotaxonomy. Definition of serotaxonomy. Serology is defined as that portion of biology which is concerned with the nature and interaction of antigenic material and antibodies. Smith in 1976 defined it as the study of the origin and properties of antisera. When foreign cells or particles, antigens are introduced into an organism, antibodies are produced in the blood, that is antiserum, the substance capable of stimulating the formation of an antibody called antigen, and the highly specific protein molecule produced by plasma cells in the immune system in response to the antigen is called antibody. Proteins most widely used as antigen in serotaxonomy are those which carry useful taxonomic information and are easy to handle. Both structural and reserved proteins can be used in the field of systematics as long as they belong to the same group and the same organs are always compared. Generally, storage proteins are most amenable for taxonomic studies, followed by pollen proteins. Stem tubers, algal cells, fern spores, fruits, and leaves can also be employed as satisfactory antigenic material for systematic investigation. History of serotaxonomy. Phytoserology, which deals with the immunochemical reaction between serum antibodies and antigens, has also established itself as a valid method in systematics because it helps to detect homologous proteins. It uses the specific properties of antisera produced by animals against plant proteins as character to assess plants' relationship. Serotaxonomy developed and become popular in Germany, which has been an active center since the beginning of this century. Newton was the first biologist to compare the immunochemical specificity of serum protein for systematic purpose. Kowalski, Berkeley, and Magnus were the other earlier notable serologists who compared protein from various grass and legume species, showing similarities and differences. Their experiment gave phytoserology a hopeful start, but unfortunately, due to inadequate methods and extraordinary claims of the Coimbatore School, found in 1914 and headed by Galke, spoiled this momentum. Based largely on serological studies, Mace and Zizenspeck produced a stambium or a family tree for the whole plant kingdom, but the result of the Kingberg school was unaccepted by another school, that of Gilk and Struhoff in Berlin. As a result of this conflict, there was a decline of serology in Germany. Later, Otto Modes gave a critical new start to phytoserology in the 1950s, and plant serology has now been established as a valid method in systematics. Reeves, Nelson, Bixland, and Modes are some of the other early workers who have made significant contribution to the application of serology to systematics. The role of the School of Serology at Rutgers University, New Jersey, headed by Boyden, has also been very significant in the theoretical and technical progress of serotaxonomy in recent years. Methods used in serotaxonomy. In this method, a crude protein extract of a particular plant taxa, that is antigen, is injected into blood serum of an experimental animal, usually a rabbit or a rat, to develop antibodies. In response to the specific antigen injected, a specific antibody is produced in the blood of the animal. The serum term, the antiserum, containing the antibody is then collected and made to react in vitro with the antigenic proteins as well as proteins from other related taxa, of which the affinities are in the question. Serological reaction between antibodies and antigenic material result in the formation of a precipitate. This is called precipitin reaction. Krauss in 1897 shows that this reaction indicates similarity of antigens. The degree of protein homology is determined by the amount of precipitation and hence is taken as a phylogenetic marker and taxonomic character. However, according to the Morris and Jensen in 1961, crude protein extract should not be used as an antigen. As has been the normal practice in serotaxonomic work, this is because crude protein extract contain a large number of protein which stimulates the production of a vast range of antibodies, which differ in their specificity and reactivity. Some are produced in abundance, while others are hardly detectable. Further, each protein in turn carries a number of antigenic determinant sites, the portion of the antibody molecule that react with a portion of the antigenic material, or epitopes, each of which is capable of eliciting the production of distinct antibody molecules with a specific antibody determinant site of paratope specific to that epitope. To overcome this problem and to make highly refined serotaxonomic comparison possible, Lester in 1984 has developed a novel method of pre-observations, that is, an antibody system includes by immunization with a crude protein extract. The antigen system of one species is pre-absorbed by the antigen system of a second species and then tested with the antigen system of other species. The recent development of powerful analytical techniques and instrumentation has also made possible the use of monoclonal antibodies, that is single kind of species of antibody directed against single epitope, although such a technique may not be of great importance in taxonomic studies. Several serological methods are now available. The most common method used are as following: immunodiffusion in agar gel. In this method, the antigen-antibody reaction is carried out in gels, mostly of agarose in petri dish. The antiserum containing antibodies is filled in a well at the center of the gel and the antigens from related taxa are placed in outer or radial wells. The antigen and antibody react to produce the insoluble antigen antibody complex, forming a thin immobile band of precipitin protein at equilibrium, which can be visualized either directly or after protein staining for interpretation. Immunodiffusion in gel can be further of two types: a single radial immunodiffusion. In this technique, the antigen is usually allowed to diffuse into the gel containing the antiserum. Second, Octreloni double immunodiffusion. In this method, both the antigen and antibody are allowed to diffuse into the gel and meet each other. Rocket immunoelectrophoresis. It is a simple, rapid, and reliable method in which rocket-like immunoprecipitate is formed when the desired protein antigen is electrophosed in an agar gel containing its monospecific antiserum. A comparison of the height of the peak of the unknown and standard samples also allows the unknown protein concentration to be determined. Next, enzyme-linked immunoabsorbent assay, ELISA. This method is generally used for quantitative estimation of particular protein in a mixture, but can also be used to study the antigen-antibody reaction. The antibodies against a particular antigens are absorbed to a solid support, in most cases polystyrene microtiter plate. The support, after coating with antibody, is washed and then the antigen is added, which binds to the absorbed antibodies. An enzyme link antibody molecules called the conjugate is then added, which also binds to the antigen, which is followed by a chromogenic substrate for the enzyme. The colored product generated is observed for confirmation of antigen-antibody reaction as well as measured for quantitative estimation. The intensity of the color is proportional to the bound enzyme and thus to the amount of the bound antigen. Role of serotaxonomy. Serological studies using crude plant proteins extract have been widely used in elucidating the taxonomy of a wide variety of higher level taxa and in estimating phylogenetic relationships. Following are a few examples. Close relationships among the Magnoliidae, Hamamelidae, and Combiflori of the angiosperm has been found based on comparative serological studies of their major seed protein. This has refuted the idea of their independent evolution. The homogeneity of the iridoid producing Combiflori has been confirmed by serological studies, which has supported the inclusion of the Gentianaceae in it. Based on phytoserological studies, Pickering and Fairweather in 1970 have proposed the classification of the family Umbelliferae into Hydrocotyloideae, Saniculoideae and Apelloideae, and Apioideae was found to be more closely related to Saniculoideae than to the Hydrocotyloideae. D. Jensen in 1968 discussed the relationship and classification of 20 genera of the Ranunculaceae based on serological evidences, which supports close relationship between Delphinium and Aconitum. Hydrastasis, which is sometimes classified with the Berberidaceae, has more close serological similarity to the Ranunculaceae than Berberiadaceae. Trolleys, which is regarded as a link between follicular and actineal fruit bearing genera in the family, resembles closely with Adonis. Serological studies have shown that the genus Linodendron is quite distinct from other members of the family Magnoliaceae, and the genera Magnolia and Michelia are most closely related within the family. Serological analysis has been useful in estimating the genetic kinship in the Caprifoliaceae and the relationship between the Nymphaceae and Nelumbonaceae. Lee and Fairbrother in 1978 used serological technique to study the systematics of Rubiaceae and related families. The quantitative data emphasize the similarity of Rubiaceae to Coronaceae and Caprifoliaceae, and the pre-saturation test revealed similarity with Apocynaceae, Asclepiadaceae, and Gentianaceae. Similarly, two genera under Rubiaceae, which are Aspirilla and Gallium, were found to be serologically similar to each other while being the most dissimilar from all other genera of the family. In an attempt to estimate generic interrelationship of the tribe Genesti and Genesti of the Leguminosae, Cristofolini and Chaipela made a serological survey and found that the genus Cistus, including Chamaecistus, Sarothamus, and Carothamus, is a single homogeneous unit. Apart from Carothamus cystifolus, which in turn is more closely related to Labranum and Genista than to other species of cistus. Their studies also supported the elevation of the section Astropartum of Genista into a new genus, Cystisanthus. That similar studies as in cistus was also made in Ulex by Chaipela and Cristofolini, and they allied genera of the same tribe. A cross-reactivity, serological reaction, that is the reaction between an antiserum and antigenic material other than the antigenic material used in its formation of the seed proteins of Phaseolus vulgaris with those of other species of the same genus by cross showed a decreasing reaction in the series Phaseolus coccinus, Phaseolus polyanthus, Phaseolus acutifolius, Phaseolus lanatus, and Phaseolus aureus, showing that Phaseolus vulgaris is most closely related to Phaseolus coccinus and most distant to Phaseolus aureus. The assignment of Phaseolus aureus and Phaseolus munga to the genus Vigna is strongly supported by serological evidences by Chirispils and Gartner. The prevailing idea of reticulate evolution in the genus Phlox has been incorporated by serological studies by Levin and Skal on the basis of double diffusion test, Gale, Havoc, and White, and later Havoc and later Lester. Havoc and Lester compared potato species and showed that Mexican species fell in three groups of Solanum morelliforme is only distantly related to other tuber-bearing Solanum. The prevailing idea of reticulate evolution in genus Fox has been incorporated by serological studies of Levin and Schall on the basis of double diffusion test. Jane Havoc and White and later Havoc and Lester compared potato species and showed that Mexican species fell in three groups and Solanum morelliforme is only distant related to other tuber-bearing Solanum. Thank you.